Uh, hey there, TRASTRA fans. Welcome back to our channel. And today we're going to talk about something really awesome, something very exciting. And the reason being is that the information that I give you today will probably help the many of you, the lot, to create some supplemental income for the year. And we all know that 2022 promises to be kind of a tough year for some of us. But today we're going to talk about the 10 metaverse games that are coming in 2022 that I think are going to make your bank. I think the majority of you will first of all enjoy playing those, and that's a given, because the games I'm going to tell you about are just really truly awesome, hands down, full stop. Just to play with. And secondly, the potential for creating supplemental income is absolutely mesmerizing. If you play your cards right, well, cards, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you play it right, if you be cool, if you don't get greedy, if you don't try to scam people and don't fall for other people's scams, if you realize the true value of NFTs and the metaverse, you will have tons of fun and make money. That promise you can take to the bank. So let's get right into it. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's go. Okay, so number 10, I honestly think that this game is going to really, really turn some heads, whether or not you're in the NFT space. It's going to make some millionaires out there for sure, but the value that it brings is all about the ecosystem, the actual metaverse mechanics that are present in this game, and it's just going to be truly, truly awesome for all the people playing it. One thing that I ought to mention is that the chances are this game is not going to get released in 2022, though, and that's why it's at the bottom of the list. But still, it does not diminish its value in terms of the sheer art component that it brings to your PC, and in those terms, it's just absolutely mesmerizing. Okay, so the project that I'm talking about is called Mirandus. You may have heard about it because it's so ambitious. It's really, really voluminous in many terms, in terms of the development team, in terms of the actual metaverse that's behind it, in terms of the token. In case you don't know, Mirandus is going to be a flagship game for Gala. You probably know that already, that Gala is actually is at the helm of player ownership in the metaverse. It's behind some of the games that are considered the pioneering sort of disruptors in the play to earn space. It's released some of the very first games featuring NFTs as tradable assets. So the list kind of goes on. So when I say NFT assets, it's important to understand that I'm talking about an overarching concept that includes avatars, in-game items, in-game tokens, native to the platform, native to the game. So it's basically anything and everything that constitutes value in a game and in the play to earn space, something that actually makes you money. So I'm not talking about particular NFTs or this token and that costume or that sword or that axe. I'm talking about anything and everything that is buyable, tradable, sellable, something that creates value. Mirandus is going to have all that. The ecosystem is going to be rich, colorful, and absolutely amazing, full of features, full of items, full of NFTs. Essentially, whatever you create in Mirandus is going to be an NFT that you own, and that's one thing that's really awesome about this game and play to earn space, that your creative power, your imagination, everything that your mind is working on nonstop 24/7 can be turned into an NFT and later into a real money. So that's the awesomeness of it all. And of course, it's going to be an ERC20 token. It's going to be Materium. So it's kind of safe to say that Gala is trying to forerun this thing, and it's already at the helm of the whole play to earn community. It's kind of trying to be Steam for play to earn, and it's no secret that Steam's banned all blockchain games, all play to earn games from its platform. So it's we're probably looking at the inception of something truly exceptional for the future play to earn space participants. Gala's been working on bringing in AAA studios to manufacture its titles, and Mirandus is definitely going to be in 22-ish, 23-ish, is going to be its main title. So if you want to do good, sit back and just watch the space. Make sure that you're right there when the game comes out, when the game releases. So Mirandus is going to be a massive multiplayer online role-playing game with its true metaverse, with fully playable economy. Everything is going to be owned by the players of the game. It's really exciting. From the kingdoms, the citadel themselves, the 5 kingdoms in the world of Mirandus, to the lowliest tent, everything is going to be owned by the players. Cannot wait to see how this economy functions. And I'm sure that some of you guys out there is going to be make a lot of money playing Mirandus. And I'm pretty convinced that people are going to be become the owners of the majority of towns and cities, and other assets in Mirandus are going to be 10,000 deers. I don't want to say millionaires. I don't want to reach that far, but you're definitely going to be bringing in some cheese if you really play your cards right. Okay, so number 9 on the list is Big Time. Now, that's the game that I'm absolutely convinced that it's going to create some millionaires this coming year. Maybe not millionaires. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating myself, saying that the game's going to create millionaires. It may not. I don't want you to get carried away or overexcited, but I promise you that if you do it right, you will create some consistent supplemental income for yourselves and your families, and it's going to be awesome. Big Time's created by the co-founder of Decentraland, and if you'd spend any time in the space, you absolutely know what Decentraland is, because it was one of the very first fully decentralized metaverses created. So the co-founder of Decentraland sort of just, went on a creative rampage and just like, hey, we gotta restart, we gotta redo, we gotta rethink, and the results of those efforts, Big Time. So Big Time is a play-to-earn adventure game that's available on it's going to be available on PC and Xbox. So what's cool about this game is the actual concept, the thinking behind the NFT time travels. You have it's like an NFT powered time machine that you use every time you have to battle your opponents in different dimensions, and winning NFTs every time you win a battle. And the way it works is every time you win, you sort of like buy more time and space for you to travel in with your NFT time machine. Seriously, until you play this thing, you probably will not be able to tell how cool and how awesome this concept is until you actually, get behind the get on your keyboard. One thing that's particularly cool about this concept is that if you have enough NFTs to invest in the game, you can actually buy whole planets, probably the entire galaxies, and make your travel further and wider. And it's just what goes after that, you'll have to find out for yourself. This is really, I don't want to spoil anything. And one other thing that's really, really cool about this game, it's not going to release right off the bat, but later on, according to the development team, you will be able to bring in the NFTs that you already own from other metaverses and show them off and trade them with your opponents and your circle inside your time and space. This is really, mind-blowing stuff. Investing potential is really awesome in this game. I mean, you can invest in space to flip it later, or invest in resources or NFTs that other players want. There's going to be a lot of ways to earn money in this metaverse, and the level of developers on the Big Time team is really, really great. I mean, there's some big names in the space. They worked on God of War, Call of Duty, and many other AAA titles. Okay, coming in at number 8 on the list is Champions Ascension. That's not the game that a lot of people are talking about. That's one of the reasons why it's on the list. It's going to be like a kind of a Street Fighter type game with real NFT ownership and play-to-earn mechanics, but it also is kind of an adventure world built around it. And again, it's just, I mean, the whole thing, the whole web experience is going to be legendary, and everything is going to be in it. All the things that we really love about the metaverse, the investment opportunities in land and NFTs and characters, it's all going to be there. So the ecosystem promises to be absolutely top notch. One of the reasons that I think this game is going to explode in 2022 is that the studio behind it is also behind some of the best known titles in the space. They made a bunch of games for Disney. They made Harry Potter games, Frozen games. They made some Jurassic Park games. I mean, as you can see, it's a very respectable studio, very reputable enterprise, and the talent behind its games is absolutely exceptional. So I'm convinced that Champion Ascension is going to be one of the top games of 2022. Right, so the token for Champion Ascension is not out yet, but there's a raffle where you can win a specially crafted 10,000 specially crafted NFTs for this game. It's a high fidelity NFT champions. It says here, immune from death and imbued with divine power. It's 100% unique Prime Eternals that are available for founding members for a limited time through our presale and will never be minted again. So you can claim yours. I'm going to leave the link in the description to the actual raffle. Hopefully, by the time the video comes out, the raffle is still going to be on. You'll be able to enter the presale and get your NFTs for this awesome game for later on. Okay, so the next on the list is Axie Infinity, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, first of all, it's not exactly a AAA item, and secondly, the game's already been released a long time ago. Why is it on the list? I mean, we're talking about 2022. Why are you talking about the game that's made its bones, in the year 2021? Good question. I'm glad you asked. I'll give you two answers: Lunacia and Battle Versions 2. Okay, so in case you don't know, Lunacia is a whole new way. It's a whole new world for your Axies to play in, and it promises to be huge for the entire Axie Infinity ecosystem. And Battles version 2, I've been waiting for this for so long. I mean, this thing is going to come out and it will I don't want to say revitalize because Axie Infinity is alive and kicking, but it's going to rework the whole system of interaction inside Axie Infinity battles, and it's going to be awesome. And overall, I think the earnings potential behind Axie Infinity has not diminished at all. In fact, I think the opportunities are out there. And again, you guys, if you know how to do this, if you follow the right people on the internet and your community, and don't get greedy and don't get carried away, you're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to make some decent, sometimes very serious money. And also, one thing is worth pointing out, that prices are pretty cheap right now. And if Axie Burning gets implemented in 2022, there's no stopping this thing. I mean, if you want to get in now. It's all on the low right now, and we'll know what you ought to do being an investor, what you need to do when the prices are low. So get into it. Okay, so let's move on from Axie Infinity. As you could probably tell, I can talk about this game all night, but the next game I want to mention on the list is Guild of Guardians. This is going to be a mobile game. So combined with the play-to-earn mechanics, I don't think there's a more winning combination of features than that. So you have your mobile device, you have your internet connection, and you have your play to earn, you have your token, you have your in-game NFTs. So this thing is going to go places. So keep your eyes open for this game. It's going to be awesome. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this game. I mean, you're much better off checking out yourself whenever it comes out. But it's kind of a dungeon type team of Guardians kind of thing. You've already played it before, I'm sure. It's you just go around a particular space and win battles and win NFTs. So check that out. I think the game's going to be awesome. Okay, so the next one on the list is going to be called Amber Sword. This game's been in the works for a long time. We've been anticipating it. and hopefully it's going to get its final release date in 2022. I'm not sure when exactly, but the game is awesome. There are tons of interviews with the developing teams online, so I encourage you to check them out. I'm gonna leave some of the links in the description. It's an MMO and RPG game, just like pretty much every one on the list. But the difference is not everything in the game is going to be NFTs. In fact, like for example, your sword is not going to be an NFT. However, the skin that you put on that sword is going to be an NFT. So in that way, it's kind of different. So in Mirandus, pretty much everything in the game is an NFT, but not in Ember Sword, and it's kind of what the developers are trying to do. They don't want to put everything on the blockchain. I don't know, you may like it, you may not. I'm not sure. To me personally, it's not exactly what Play to Earn is all about, but this game is awesome. It's just really great. I think the mechanics that it creates and the earnings potential, because there's going to be a lot of land, for example, a lot of investment opportunities in the land in the game. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to build your portfolio and trade with other players. And I'm sure the development team is going to go with further iterations of this game. But for now, we have what we have. So the game's going to be out in 22. Hopefully you will enjoy it. Okay, so the next on the list is a real exciting item. It's an IP game that's coming in 2022, and it's a real surprise that such a serious title is coming on a blockchain. But Gala Games made it happen, so kudos to them. If you haven't heard about The Walking Dead, I don't want to talk to you. I'm kidding. I want to talk to everybody. But this is a game called The Walking Dead Empire, and it's an MMO kind of the actual AMC series. What you do is you go around, fighting zombies and earning NFTs, and the game is, from what I'm seeing, is just awesome. It's great, especially if you love the series. So you'll enjoy it immensely. Yeah, you've probably seen this concept already. So you basically, set up your camp, you own your land that's represented by NFTs, and you sort of protect your property from the zombie hordes. And you can actually already buy land plots for this game on the Gala Games store. So if that game looks to you, and if that game looks cool to you, I mean, it's a survival game. It's not for everybody. It's pretty bloody, I gotta tell you. There's a lot of gore going on there. But if that's your thing, you're gonna enjoy this game to the gills. So keep that in mind. This was announced at the Galaverse in December, and it's just, there's not much information about this game out there. But like I said, the tokens are the land plots already on sale at the Gala store, and the play to earn potential for this game is also pretty unbelievable. Simply because the series is very popular, and there's a lot of people are going to be playing this game just because they really enjoyed The Walking Dead. So if you're one of those people, kudos, excellent choice. Let's move on. Okay, the next one that's on the list, I think it's number 3. The list is this is a game that's just gonna blow so many minds in 2022. Honestly, I regret that I only have one mind, because if I had more minds than one, I wouldn't mind blowing them all. We have very little information. It's just been announced at the Gala, the Galaverse in December. We have no idea what the token's going to look like, what the tokenomics of the game are going to be, how is it going to relate with the blockchain technology and everything. We're not sure how the NFT are going to get integrated into the game, but what we do know is that it's developed by the same team that's worked on Halo and Call of Duty, some of the biggest franchises in the AAA gaming industry, and that alone should give us enough comfort that this title is going to be absolutely huge in 2022. It's just going to be huge, and it's a play to earn. I mean, just imagine if you'd ever played Call of Duty. Imagine if that game was play to earn. Just give it some thought, and so this is an excellent, very interesting, very exciting development in the space. Right, I didn't give you the name for the game yet. That's just so funny, because I'm too excited to talk about it. It's called Last Expedition, and like I said, the team behind it has worked on a lot of Halo games, pretty much all of the Affinity games, the Call of Duty and everything. Okay, so like I said, there's not much information about this game yet, but there's some cool trailers, there's some footage online. Okay, so the next game on the list is going to be the Sandbox. In our video about Metaverse, I said a few words about this game. It is literally the kind of a SimCity slash Monopoly, where you build your portfolio and become a land mogul. So, and it's basically, it correlates with its name perfectly. It is a sandbox where you build your sandcastles. Well, not sandcastles, naturally, you invest in real virtual land. If I can say that, I'll say it. You invest in real virtual land, and we all know by now that some of those, the majority of those investments are already worth a lot of money. So if you haven't gotten into the Sandbox, I promise you this is going to be an adventure of your lifetime. So here you can build your properties, you can rebuild stuff, you can buy stuff, you can invest in everything that's in the game. Everything is represented by an NFT, and this alone makes this title a perfect example of how the metaverse is going to transform our lives in terms of personal relationships with our loved ones, in terms of our economics, the inner workings of the society, the buying, the selling, the consumer culture. It's really truly awesome. One thing that's really exciting about the Sandbox is that you can actually develop your own metaverse inside the game and create your own NFTs, and you can put them out for sale on other NFT selling platforms, and that's something that really excites people when they first discover the Sandbox. And so if you haven't done this yet, I highly encourage you to download the game creator and try your chops at creating your own NFTs and creating your own computer game. Wow. Moving on. And so I think the number one game that's coming out in 2022 is definitely going to be Alluvium. I wanted to give you some, do a drum roll, do the thing, but you know what? Let's just get to it. This is going to be the game for 2022. And if you don't know the concept, there's going to be an open world side of things. There's going to be a land side of this game where you're producing the resources that the adventurers need. And basically all that comes to fight for Ethereum. It's going to be a multiple play to earn mechanics. One play to earn mechanic is going to be actually exploring the world and catching rare NFTs which have real value. Another part of the play to earn mechanic is going to be actually battling your alluvials and winning the spoils of war by winning battles. And then another way to earn is going to be owning land inside Alluvium and producing resources that adventurers need to buy from you in order to adventure in the land of Alluvium. So it's going to make people millionaires. Well, 100 years, probably, hopefully 1,000 years. That should do it. This is it. That's the list. If you love the video, like it, share it. Tell us what you think about the metaverse and the play to earn industry, whether or not it's something that you're into yet, or you're still exploring, or you've already made up your mind and decided it's really awesome, or it's really dreck, or some other opinions. We'll welcome them all. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like the channel, like the video, share it, and I'll see you in another one. Cheers.